What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. I said, let me get on the live. Me pray. Let's well, as soon as I said that, Grand Rising Vera. And that's crazy because you be in the comments calling them mental patients. Okay, look. Um, I was watching a video and I sometimes I be commenting on stuff. So certain people, I guess they see me like be commenting. So that's why I'm here on the live because I broke down why I call people mental patients that belong to Satan. I mean, people don't be knowing that these are the devil kids, so I call them mental patients. Um, I can't remember when, but it's been a while. I've been using that. Like I came up with that. I said that's the perfect word, like the perfect combination to call them mental patients. And the reason why I call them mental patients is because they the ones who are really mentally impaired. I studied people who society would deem as being mental patients. And to be a mental patient in my book, after me assessing what their research or their hypothesis and shit is, and I think I was a teenager. I know I wasn't grown. When I assessed this for myself, I came up with like, no, these are not mental patients. What society did. I've been around different type of people, and what I came up with is for you to know something is something, and you do the total opposite, deems you a mental patient. These people who society deemed to be a mental patient, they don't know. When you don't know something, like if you don't know something is wrong, what can you do? You don't know. That don't make you a mental patient. It makes you don't know. When you know that you're lying and you lie, and you know people be pathological liars, double mental patients, triple mental patients. Always lying, that's a mental patient. Let me show you, because I'm good with doing exercises and examples, how these mental patients creep into your life. Imagine if you stuck your hand out, right? And I smacked your hand. And you say, why you hit me? And I say, I didn't just hit you. And you be like, yes, you did. And I'm like, no, the fuck I didn't. You be like, you just fucking smacked my hand. No, the fuck I didn't just smack your hand. What the fuck are you talking about? You just sat here and smacked my hand. This is me, the one that just smacked the hand. You want to take this shit the fuck outside then? It can get to the point where blows are thrown, right? So, what does that mean? Me knowing that I smacked her hand and willing to go back and forth with her as if I didn't, and then to allow it to get as massive as it could get, as to coming down to us fighting, knowing that I smacked her hand. This is what liars do, right? They cause all this disruption, knowing, okay, With this example, let's stay with this exercise. Knowing that they smacked your hand, but is willing to cause all this unnecessary trauma, havoc, chaos. Who does that? I'm going to tell you who. A mental patient. Because they know that mental patient, they're not using their mind the correct way. They're mentally incompetent. Another one that society deems, I don't know how they deem theirs, but mine, that's mental, that's being mentally incompetent. To know that you smacked somebody's hand and saying that you didn't, that's mentally incompetent. Somewhere down the line, your brain didn't process something. Because is that valid or not valid? It's not valid because you smacked the hand. You're mentally impaired. They're not exercising their brain right. They're not using it properly. Tell me that they are. So, mental patient is what they are. If Vera's out and she's eating and she say, "Oh, Issa's gorgeous," and I go back and I tell Issa, "Oh, Vera said XYZ about you, girl," and then Issa goes up to Vera, asks Vera, Vera says no, but they start arguing. Now they ain't talking to each other. But I'm interacting with both, keeping the fuel going between both of them. Mental patient. These are Satan kids, the devil kids, and you have them in your energy, whether you call them your friend or your family member or your boss or your coworker or your neighbor, whoever. You have these people in your environment and you need to cleanse and clean your environment. Why? Because these are the real mental patients. It's not what society deemed. When you look at somebody who do not know, right? They know that lying is bad. They know that gossiping, getting shit started, stealing, copycat, all of that. That's of the devil. That's mental patient. To steal something and then to lie, that's double. You're lying and stealing. When you gossip, you're lying. You see how all of them be in alignment? And then copying somebody. You're lying and you're stealing. These are mentally impaired people that need to be in asylum. Y'all are thinking people who lick windows need to be caged in. No, they need to be studied, but not studied as in lab rat. No, studied in the way how I study. What does that mean? Observe them. See what it is that they do. Remember when I said somebody who lit windows, my first thing, first line of business would be to make sure that all the windows are clean in any room that this person walk in. Why? Because they lick windows. No, I'm not enabling them. I have the mindset, well, I know they don't. So I know better. So I'm going to use my brain as an advantage until I can figure out what triggers, what starts, or why this person lit windows. Let's get the windows clean. First line of business. Make sure that he or she is not licking unnecessary shit. And for those of you who be like, oh, you're putting chemicals on the window, negative. Use your brain. If I know that somebody's going to be using their tongue to lick a window, I don't even use doctor stuff that y'all use. So you know I'm not going to use products. At the end of the day, lemon and lime, especially lemon, acts as an antibacterial. Mind your business. But anywho, I would clean the windows and I would watch and observe. I would interact. It's basically like study that person. See, when Satan kids study somebody, they trying to mimic, copy, they low lives. When divine beings study somebody, it's for understanding them. That's the proper way. You see, like, it's always a positive and a negative. It's all about what you feed. When you feed the positive, you're studying somebody to understand them, to get to know them. When you study somebody in a negative way, which would be of, the devil, you're studying to copy them. You're studying to try to cause them harm. There's always a divine way, and then it's the wicked way. When you see people travel down the path of wickedness, remove yourself. Because they're walking to the land of mental patients. When you go to where the devil people are, or if you see them, they're mental patients. They have no problem with looking you dead in your face and lying. They have no problem gossiping and looking you in your face and lying. They have no problem doing none of these things. Remember, they do these things, and behind these things, extra shit occur, such as more arguing, fighting. People could uh, not talk to each other or permanently. It's so much stuff that goes on, right? As far as can occur after they do this mentally impaired shit, display this mentally impaired behavior that comes from the devil, right? So you've done had these people show up in many occasions and scenarios in your day-to-day life where you know you're telling the truth and somebody's lying. When you, I'm not going to say interact with some of y'all do interact. When you interact with these people, engage or be around, they display this behavior. You need to remove yourself. It's not normal to do that, but society taught you that when it happens to just keep these people around, just brush it off. No. When it's displayed, permanently remove yourself. Reward them with permanent distance. You do not reward them with your presence. Permanent distance is what you give them. A mental patient will try to break you down and make you become a mental patient. If you allow it. But if you remove yourself, it can't happen, right? I study a lot of shit. I don't have to have weeks, books, notes, all that. No, no, no. Observation is very keen. Energy tells you everything you need to know about a person. MMA, MA, said MMA. I'm thinking about fighting. Young Ma, that ex-girlfriend, posted her in a vulnerable state, and she comes out with this. It's not even a fucking fake apology. Like, she comes out with this dark, wicked, evil spirit where it's attention seeking. It's look at me, pick me. She's a mental patient. Perfect example I'm going to use. How I knew she was a mental patient, because I really wasn't listening to what she was saying. So you start off listening to people talk. It tells you a lot. When you surpass that, you pay more attention to their surroundings, their environment. Why? Because I am one with what comes from the Most High. She was talking, and I really wasn't listening, y'all, for real, what she was saying, because the energy in that room was speaking. Next thing, she started speaking on how those wasn't her intentions, and I could feel the vibration before it even came. I just didn't know, like, when it was gonna happen. And right there, a dog starts fucking growling. When she said that she wasn't trying to be funny, I'm talking about the dog, and it's not a growl. Like, watch go Google it, go put it on YouTube, watch the video. The way that motherfucking dog growled, it spoke to me, and that motherfucker said this bitch is evil, and her soul is dark. Don't listen to shit she's saying. When that bitch posted that video, her intentions was to embarrass MMA Ma. That dog cut up so motherfucking bad that she had to cut the goddamn video. And I guess, like, cause I'm not technology savvy, and like pause it and then start it up. Every time she would say something where she definitely was lying, that dog would say something. It was confirmation after confirmation. That was a weak ass apology. It really wasn't an apology, because how do you apologize but in the same breath say, name one of her exes that shut that shit up? You thought this was your moment. You knew by posting that pic of her or whatever she posted the video that it would get everybody, it'd get traffic towards you. So now that you got that traffic, you want to give supposedly your side. Nobody gives a fuck about your side. How about you just lay in it? It's given like Chantel Jackson. You speaking, it's like, listen, people, listen. When God Almighty take you out your dark moments, the devil will hate on you and try to destroy your shine. Why? When Ashanti got pregnant and they put that ring on her and it was official instead of it being rumors, she pops out telling her side. Why you got to pop out and tell your side? Okay, when he was first talking to Ashanti, you should have told your side before then. He was talking to Ashanti. You didn't have no side to tell. Why? Because she thought he gonna come back. When she seen Ashanti was in place, she that egotistical energy of her. I didn't know she was a Leo. She's unhealed. And you know she's unhealed because she said she left that man. She didn't really want to leave. She thought that was gonna teach him something. She's unhealed. So what does that mean? She's egotistical. I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's bad fucking traits. You're not going to tell me I'm a Leo. I know the opposite of me. I'm telling you. You think she got a good heart. Shit. People try to cause me harm, and I keep it moving. You see he married. You see he happy. Not thinking about you. and you want to come and tell your side. That's vindictive. That's satanic. But back to MMA. MMA is no longer sick. She beat that. So now you want to come and tell your side. Bitch, why ain't you tell your side when she was sick? Why ain't you tell your side when she was recovering? Why do you got to tell your side now that she's healed? When I tell y'all the devil is the devil, when it's presented, don't say it's not. Y'all making the devil be normal. That's what you've been doing this whole time, all your life. You've been taught that or whatever. Now that you're hearing it come from out of my mouth, you're seeing like, oh shit, that makes perfect sense. It makes all the sense. Energy matches with how my brain was already working to think. Like that shit is, it's still like shocking. Like it's like, oh shit, like it's going on almost 3 years, and it's like, ugh, like that's some crazy shit. You mean to tell me you wait till I'm happy? So a lot of y'all deal with people that'll see you escape. Notice I said escape. Whatever bullshit they were trying to do. It causes aggression, fury. It causes a lot of toxins within them because they know they've been defeated. Angels don't get defeated. Demons do. So when you defeat somebody, you're not defeating an angel. You're defeating a demon. Is it making sense? When you defeat that demon, that's when they gossip, spread lies, or they want to tell their side. That's another reason why when I see somebody winning and somebody be like, oh, I want to speak on them or tell, I don't even want to hear nothing. You should have told your side when it was dark out for them. You want to tell your side when the sun is shining bright. I'm 36 years old. My mind is right. I don't want to hear shit you got to say because it's giving haterism. If that girl would have did something to me, I would have told then. I don't need to wait till she gets better and speak on it or try to get 15 minutes of fame because then it makes you look like a hater. See, people want to put their word on me when I actually know what it takes to make you a hater. I never speak on something that doesn't involve me unless the Most High delegates me to. But outside of that, why? It's not none of my business. It don't affect me. I don't stick my nose in shit that's not, you feel me? My nose is attached to me. I mind my business. So when you defeat those demons, that's basically what you're doing. Living life, minding your business, going on. They no longer can try to affect you because you escaped it. You blocked it. You defeated it. You don't have to worry about these folks or really be weary. You just need to kick their ass about your circle. Because if you allow one rotten fruit in a basket of fruit and timing, the whole basket's going to be rotten. So if you take that one rotten piece of fruit and throw that bitch in the trash, you just preserve the rest of the fruit. That's what you need to be doing with the people that you select to be around you. Find the rotten fruit, dispose of it. Allow your fruit to be ripe so you can eat it, enjoy it. Whatever you do, whatever you choose to do with your fruit. But do not allow rotten fruit to sit on freshly good fruit. Hence, you would be the freshly good fruit if you're of the Most High. When I see people out to get people, I automatically know that they're wicked. When a divine being wants justice, because that's not out to get people. When you out to get someone, they didn't do nothing to you. When you want justice, they did something to you. You see how the positive side of something versus the negative side of something. When a divine being wants justice, somebody then did something, whether it's big or small. Something occurred. With Satan kids, what occurred is your energy. Either they dislike it because they ain't got it. It's always something. It's always something that it's like, how you gonna dislike me for being me, and you want to be me? You want to attack me for being me. You want to talk about me for being me. Like this is the stuff that you encounter is not you being me, but put yourself in it. They attack you for being you. They attack you because they can't be you. They attack you. That's summing that up. That's anointment. That's divinity. They lack it. So they attack you. So they can't attack God Almighty, but by trying to attack you, they're going to get the feds involved. And what I mean by get the feds involved, I'm sitting here telling you, you about to get the Most High and the divine on your ass. Because that's who protect us. If you belong to the Most High protect what belongs to the Most High. But these mental patients do not belong to the Most High. That's what they are, mental patients. When you see these motherfuckers, remove them. If you don't, then the rest of your fruits will be rotten. And then you won't be able to eat it. And when, let's say, the fruit that you got, that's the last of the last. So what does that mean? You just wasted your last of the last over something. You feel me? Like, don't do that. Mental patients do not, they go to extreme measures. They don't care who they hurt as long as they get what it is that they want. Remember the example that I used in the beginning. If I smack somebody's hand and they say, why you hit me? And I'm like, I didn't hit you. And they're like, yes, you did. I'm like, no, I didn't. And then we can get to the extreme measures as if us fighting, right? Knowing that I smacked their hand. I just caused all this confrontation, right? As a mental patient. For what? What was my reason? Let me tell you, it's different reasons in these mental patient heads. Why would somebody do that? Why? Let me tell you, low self-esteem. Why do I say you gotta have low self-esteem to do that? Because that's the only way a goddamn demon can come to you and tell you, hey, let's just cause havoc for no fucking reason and look like a mental patient out here. Lower, lower energy. Why do they do all of that? They get an excitement. I'm not gonna say adrenaline because that's not adrenaline. I know, and I can't say that word real good, but that's not what that is. That's demonic. That's not an adrenaline rush. That's a demonic rush where a demon turns into Tasmanian devil. Watch you hear somebody try to do readings about Tasmanian devil or speak on it. Watch. Motherfuckers is wicked. But that's what they turn into. That's not an adrenaline, that's a demonic rush. Why do they do this knowing that they're lying and other people can look at the person that they're lying on and start attacking them because they're too weak to beat them alone? A demon knows that they need a lot of people to go up against a god or a goddess. So that alone should show you the power within you when people come to you in numbers to try to attack you. See, I come and approach people with one person, meaning me. That's how you know it's of the divine and that whatever the fuck I'm bringing to them is of truth. When it comes with a group, look at the energy of the group. Meaning, let's say somebody was stealing land and everybody land that got stolen, we all came together to whoop that ass. You can feel the energy off that group is rage. It's a different energy versus a group of people coming to try to condemn a person of innocence, purity, whatever. Great morale. That energy is toxic. It's of Satan. What I'm telling you is when it's in groups or in numbers, it's not good. When it comes to the devil, when it's groups and numbers of the Most High, it's good. You see people standing up for equality, for good stuff, the right side of the fence. When it's in numbers and the devil is to attack somebody that's on the right side of the fence. And these people, when I say they go to extreme measures, you've witnessed this. So when by me speaking on this, I'm putting my two with your two. And that's how we're getting four. These motherfuckers that are mental patients are not for us. They're not by us. Okay? It's not FUBU. It's not for us and it's not by us. That's for the devil, by the devil. Let it stay over there. When these people, I don't even like calling them people, when these demons reveal to you who they are, believe them. How do you slay them? Remove yourself. Mental patients. They do that because when they dislike somebody, they can't defeat them. So they need everybody to go up against them to help them try to defeat somebody. When you hear me say it in this way versus me saying they some weak ass, pump, puss ass, hoe ass, you see why I say that? When I see people who are of the Most High, and I see people come up in groups and try to attack them for no reason, that's why I say you a weak ass individual. You cornflakes. You corn. You corn on the cob. You feel me? You cream of corn. Like You corny as fuck. You corn chips. You feel me? Like, these motherfuckers are weak. And by them being weak, they want you to be weak. Why do they want you to be weak? Because they're weak. They like divinity. It's strength in divinity. It's not strength where they at. They in, see, spiritually, they in spiritual asylum, which would be the devil's playground. But physical, they roam the earth freely. Why? Because y'all allow them to. Nobody, it's only a few of us that is socking it to them the way that it needs to be socked to. Missy got a song where she was like, sock it to me like you want. Ooh, ooh, do a long pro with backstroke. I'm been like some Crisco. Hey, sock it to me. That right there is what you need to be doing. Socking it to them. Instead of allowing your presence to remain and you remove yourself, you socking it to them. You teaching them this is bad behavior. You do not do these things. This is not allowed. This is not acceptable. As a society as a whole, we've been trained to allow this to be normal or to be acceptable. It's not. It's mental patient behavior is what it is. It's not normal. We are normal. They're not. So when this energy is around you, it's not normal. When you see somebody who they deem to be mentally impaired, right? You get this energy where you don't want to be touched, you don't want to be around, right? You were like, oh my Lord, get them away from me or watch them. That's how you should give the energy to the people that do stuff like lying and stuff. You should treat them like that. So instead of allowing liars and all of them to roam the earth freely and allow them to feel like it's cool to do that, treat them like you would treat people who you see lick windows. You be like, oh my Lord, ew. That's the energy that you need to have towards somebody that look you in your face and lie to you. You should be like, oh my Lord, ew, get them away from me. That's how you need to treat them. Mental patients. You would see somebody that got slob going all down their face, boogers coming out their nose. You would be like, ah, you be trying to get away. You would make sure you distance yourself. Am I right or am I right? Okay then. But you would have somebody that look you in your face and lie, and you would take them back. No, 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 no. When 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 they look you in your face and lie, you go, ew, get them away from me. Run. Those are real mental patients. You give those motherfuckers that type of energy. Sock it to them. They thought they were going to trap you or whatever. You escaped it. Sock it to them. When I see somebody licking the window, I'm not about to be like, oh my Lord. But when somebody be lying, I'll be like, oh my Lord. Ew. Let me get the fuck away from them. I give them the energy that is required. You don't give them the energy that's required. You give them your energy. And that's not required. That's never fucking required. When you remove your presence, you get people start feeling it. I'm feeling it. Throw your hands in the sky. Why do they feel it? Because the energy's nowhere to be found. Don't have access. When a mental patient presents themselves, remove yourself. That's all I'm saying. I came up, no, I didn't come up with mental patient that was already created. I came up with the correct way of describing a mental patient and what a mental patient is. When somebody do not know, that don't make them mentally incompetent. That's not what, no, that's not being mentally incompetent. To not know means you don't understand. You have to figure out a way for them to understand. That's all your job is to do. If you can't come up with a way for them to understand, then the job is not meant for you to take on. Because when the Most High presents a job, 10 times out of 10, the person that the job is presented to, they can take it on. So let's say I'm looking at somebody that lick windows, right? I can't come up with nothing. I'm not the person for the job. I was never the person for the job. But by me already saying first line of business, let's clean these windows and knowing what to clean them with, not chemicals, starts to show you, okay, she might be the person for the job because even we this person is under our care didn't come up with this, or you feel me, like this is a good step in the right direction. When you are chosen by the Most High for a job, you will fulfill it. Only you can. When there's a problem presented, you have the solution. You basically are the fucking solution. Watch them try to steal and use that. I felt that energy. So when you come up with a solution or you are the solution, you no longer have a problem. A lot of people try to put themselves in jobs or at workstations that they do not belong at. Let's say you go to your job every day and you got your own little area, right? Now, if you move around, pretend as if you don't move around. You go to your desk and somebody sitting at your desk with your kids' pictures or your mom. Everybody got a mama, whether they're alive or dead. You go to your desk and there's somebody sitting there with your mom pictures, your lunch, all your shit. That's how that is. Some can they do your job? No. Is that their desk? No. A lot of people try to put themselves in other people's workstations. Don't try to steal that. Damn, these bitches is thieves. When somebody is trying to sit at your workstation, you don't have to remove them. You go to HR. HR is basically the Most High. Everybody in upper management is basically the Most High. You just go to the Most High, and the Most High give you permission. The Most High never give you permission to do spells, curses, like wicked shit. No, the Most High give you permission. Hey, you go to your boss, tell that person move. If they don't move, then the supervisor come over there, make them move. That's the Most High. At the end of the day, Satan kids are the only motherfuckers that can be found or that does this. They try to be at other people's workstations, but they don't. They don't have a workstation. Like y'all know, I just dropped specials, right? Pay attention to the fake witches. They're going to uh, try to put out specials. It's like the energy on that is wicked. To try to not even sit in somebody's workstation on this one. to try to present somebody else's work as if it's yours, or to try to copy somebody's work. Same thing. When this energy presents itself, because it could be your friends, your family, your neighbor, again, your coworker, whoever, justice will be served if you go after justice. Now, how do you go after justice? You can go to HR, you can let it slide, you can stand up for yourself. It's you feel me? Versus you allowing that person to do what they're doing. When you allow that person to do what they're doing, you are telling the upper management that you don't have a problem with it. Society teach you to just go with the flow. You go with the flow of the energy if the flow of the energy is good. If the flow of the energy is bad, why would you go with it? It's going to be like the ocean, and the current is going to draw you farther away from the shore. Meaning the shore in this case would be the Most High. Land would be the Most High. That current is going to pull you further, 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 further out into the sea. You don't want that. After you speak on something, let it go. If new energy presents itself, you're speaking on new energy. Don't speak on reoccurring energy. See, when y'all hear me do stuff or see stuff, that's why I tell you don't copy me. Because I know the laws. I'm not, it's new energy being presented. A lot of y'all fuck up because you keep speaking on the same stuff. Let's say somebody stole something from you. You go to your mama, you go to, like, you feel me? You keep it going. You don't do that. Because when you do that, you're letting the ocean take you farther out to the sea versus you staying on land. So never go with the flow of negative energy. And flowing with negative energy is allowing your presence to, you feel me? Like when my presence is felt, it's felt like, hey, motherfucker, try it. You won't try that shit with nobody else. Your presence is felt as, try me. And I'm going to continue to fight for you. If Sleepy still on here, happy solar return. Hey, Alana. My bad, y'all. I just looked down at the comments. I was in the zone. Y'all know how I be. But I just had to get on here and tell y'all that because I was explaining it. And I said, let me explain that shit. And I done spoke on this before some years back, but I had to, this is like new energy. It's not reoccurring. What's reoccurring is the statement mental patient. Um, just see these motherfuckers for what they are. They're mentally impaired. When you see somebody who you thought was mentally impaired, like just using an example, somebody that licked windows, try to understand them. And if you don't want to, or you feel like that's not your job, then what also is not your job is to try to gossip, talk about them, or have any way to feel. You don't have a right to feel no type of way. They didn't make you feel no type of way. See, Satan kids will try to make you feel a type of way. So when you come to somebody like me, I'm going to put my foot on your neck. because I know better. So when somebody come with that attitude, which is that energy, where they be like, well, that's not my job, I will also tell you what is not your job. It's not your job to feel no type of way. So if you see them doing this, you don't have the right to say, ew, get them away from me. You don't. Because then you're making it your job. How's it affecting you? If it's not your job, listen, if it's a line of job to take the trash out, the trash sitting, how was that affecting me? That's not my job. But if I start smelling trash, right, it's starting to affect me. So what will I do? It's two things you can do. One, I can go tell Alana, which me personally, I got common sense. If she know that this is what she's supposed to do, I'm pretty sure she smell the trash too. So why would I go remind somebody? You feel me? Like I wouldn't do number one. But number one, you can go tell Alana. I would do number two. Or two, take the fucking trash out. Right? So was that my job to take the trash out, or was it Alana's job? No. But because I could smell the trash, I took on Alana's job. Now I didn't show up at her workstation like I was describing earlier. I'm I'm describing a totally different energy. It don't even match the energy from earlier when I said the workstation. Why did I take out the trash if it was Alana's job? Because it was affecting me. It made me feel some type of way. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have no right to feel no type of way if it's not affecting you. If it's affecting you, whether it's good or bad, it might look like you do got a job. And I know that might sound a little like what? When a person say ill at somebody of that sort, they feel it's not their job to understand them. It's also not their job to say ill. What do I mean by that? People say that one thing is not their job, but take on responsibilities from what they just said was not their job. It's not my job to understand somebody who licked windows, but you're having a damn reaction or response from somebody who's licking windows. I really do think it is your job to understand. Even if it's not understanding why they licking windows, understand why the fuck you feel like that. That's still a job that started off from somebody licking windows. When it came to Alana taking the trash out, it was her job, right? It wasn't mine, but it affected me, whether it was good or bad. Just like how somebody who's fake mentally impaired, and I don't like to say fake, but that's what society deemed them to be. It affected them, whether it was good or bad. You're gonna when something affects you, you take on a job, a responsibility, a role. No matter it don't matter. If this is not clicking on you, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. I know the fuck I'm talking about. And because the trash, I could smell it. It was affecting me. I went ahead and took it out. Why? So it wouldn't affect me. And I know y'all like, well, how did you? You need to understand. No, I understand that the reason why my nose was affected is because the trash was sitting there. There was a problem. The solution, throw it away. And how I stop that reoccurring is either I would speak to a lot. But in this case, I wouldn't even do that. Why? Got common sense and logic. If she always take the trash out, maybe she it slipped her mind. Maybe she don't want to do it at this time. But da da da. See, I assess shit before I just jump to conclusions. When you assess stuff, that prevents you from jumping to conclusions. That's that's another thing that's leading me down the alley for women. If you assess something, you will never have to jump to conclusions. I assess, analyze, then act accordingly. Never jump to conclusions. Hey, Alana. I know I said hey to her first, but she said, hey, Britt, and I read it. So, yeah, I'm about to get up off of here. I just had to come on here and drop some of these gems and jewels for your motherfucking crown. You feel me? Bedazzle that bitch eye. May pray all is well with only the Most High people. Hey, y'all, I went up to that store today. Well, not, yeah, it's the sun ain't came up yet. I be wanting to record. As soon as I walk in there, it's like, Brittany. And guess what I learned today? It was earlier today, though. Guess what I learned? He never smoked. He never drank alcohol or soda. Ooh. He don't eat candy. Ooh. I wanted to ask a question, but I feel like that's disrespectful because they not Americanized. You can't ask him, hey, are you a virgin? Because if he say, yeah, cha-ching, baby, ch. And I know motherfuckers be like, but you ain't a virgin. Hey, if a nigga want me, that's different. It ain't like I'm soft, you feel me? Uh, a nigga that's a virgin, baby, that's like water in the desert. That's I'm telling you, that's a top, baby. That's top tier. When a man can control his penis, baby, that is top tier. That nigga said I don't smoke. He said never. I said what the fuck? He must either he didn't hear me or he must have thought I said I need to do that in my life because it rolled off my tongue effortlessly. I said, oh, I need you in my life. And I had to think about it. I said, bitch, the fuck you talking about? The hell? I said, don't drink soda. I said, man, I be killing Pepsi. And I'm a stoner. I was I was coming there to get some blacks. He was trying to give me my regular amount. And I said, nah, I need to cut back. I said, you smoke? He said, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink soda. Never. Yeah, I'm sitting here telling you. That right there, that's the opposite. That's like that'll help you. If you trying to, like, if I ain't gonna say trying, I rebuke that in the name of the Most High. Like, let's say you going on a verge of where you're doing a no meat diet, right? And you dealing with somebody that don't eat meat at all. Baby, you got your cheerleader. You got somebody, you got a cheerleader, you got a disciplinary, you got all that in one. Telling you, it's like that. It's like that boy is like he's intriguing, like Barry. I'm about to astral travel into a realm. When it comes to the Most High people, oh, And for those of you like astro travel, let me tell you something. When you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't eat, I can tell he eat right. Just by him saying that you are pure. It's not that hard for you to be intuitive and all of that because you don't have energy baggage, unnecessary baggage. And then I'm not for certain because he ain't said anything. But let him not have had, even if he had sex, you could tell he done dismantled the energy. Let's say he's a virgin too. Oh my lord, that's some spiritual shit. I'm telling you, spiritual. And it's like I could feel like somebody on some Mario shit. Like for real, I could feel like somebody was energetically calling out for me. But for me to be able to feel it in that way lets me know that that person is of the divine. Or they, you feel me, like they're not a threat, they're not a harm, because the Most High is not going to allow nothing in. The Most High showed me, like when it came to them guys in the beginning. Remember, I said somebody trying to do sex magic. I didn't feel that, like, you know what I'm saying. I felt it in a way where it's shown. Versus like this, I could feel like somebody was energetically pulling on me to be seen, for me to reach out, for me to, you feel me? Like I feel like somebody was like, show up. And I was just chilling. I put the energy and it was like, go to the store because I didn't have no black and miles. And that's when I put two and two together. I said, oh, that nigga might have been like thinking, like, damn, I wish she come to the store. Well, is she gonna come inside the store? This is not me putting energy on. I'm just saying, like, I felt that. I'm not gonna forget. I pay attention. That's another thing, whether you male or female. When something is of the divine, you can feel it put on you. That's the only way it can put on you energetically, because it's not meant to cause you harm. It's not gonna cause you harm. When it's not of the divine, it can't reach you. It come through like a premonition, like somewhere it's not near your person. Does that make sense? When something can reach you in the spirit realm, that means it could be around you in the physical. Cause can't nobody pull. Cause I know it's people, whether it's good or bad. I know it's people thinking about me all the time. Not none of their energies reaching. Cause you know it could be some people who say, well, if I think about this person, they'll think about me. Nope. If the feeling ain't mutual, how can somebody listen? If if thinking about somebody is on the energy of 10, right, and they're on 20, that negative. In order for it to work, they got to be on 10 too. Meaning feelings is mutual. That's it. Y'all people don't. I don't be feeling how y'all feel. Feelings not mutual. Only energy that I'm interested in, or energy, thank you, that I allow in. And when y'all be on 10, I make sure I stay the fuck away from it. I don't go to 20. That's still too close to me. I go to a billion, infinity and beyond. So, whether you male or female, when you have a, a mutual feeling like somebody else, you can interact in the spirit realm. Because it's both proven, I mean, both sides are proven to not cause harm to each other. Both sides have access to the divine realm. Both sides are of the most high. You see what I'm saying? So a million trillion million ways to see if somebody of the divine. So remember, because y'all seen a couple of people that, couple of guys that once was on the live, they couldn't ever reach me in no realm. It don't matter if they dreamed of me or whatever. It never was mirrored over here. So In this case, my case, the Most High would just show me, hey, you see these fuck niggas? They trying to do XYZ. Aware, make me alert, hey, of shit that shouldn't be done. Versus somebody with good intentions caught pulling on my energy. Like they couldn't pull on my energy. When they tried to, the Most High was like, what the fuck you doing? By them thinking of me doing sex, whatever it was. The Most High was like, But with that energy, the Most High allowed it. That's I'm telling you, like this how you be knowing what's of the Most High and what's not. And even with that, with it coming through or the energy coming through, right? I still don't get complacent or get comfortable. What does that mean? Because I'm a goddess. I'm a divine being. I have a deeper knowing. Is this a test? You gotta let everything be shown to you. Because just because it came through, the most I allowed to come through, the most I could be testing me. That's what I mean by I don't get complacent and I don't get comfortable. Everybody's guilty until proven innocent. That's why I say. So, okay, the most I allowed you to come through. Okay, am I smiling more? Am I frowning more? I'm smiling more. That's I'm telling you, like, go by that. So with that being said, you belong to the Most High, because only the Most High people. May the Most High be with you, within you, and surrounding you. Hold up. Make sure y'all tapping in with them specials. Go look at the community board. With that being said, make sure y'all tell a friend and tell a friend. Why? So we all can be friends. Only divine beings, though. We don't fuck with hyenas and witches and warlocks. Shalom.